Hello everyone, I am Tacit and welcome to the Gems of War Campaign 15 Week 5 Day 5. So today, we got ourselves the Deep Delve variant for Amanithrax. Amanithrax being the one associated to Zacian. Covered a bit of a video on it earlier today, just going over a couple teams and all that. But yeah, that's what we're primarily going to be doing. Of course, it's going on all weekend long, today, tomorrow, and Sunday. You'll get more battles for it every single day as well. And yeah, we're just going to go to the standard all rewards. Actually, I'm not sure if I really mentioned much during the video, but yeah, the rewards are still the same as per usual. No extra loot at all compared to what it normally is. Which I wonder if they ever will do a buff to some of the weekend events now. Because technically, they just, most recently, 7.0. One of the bigger features you could technically look at it as is a buff to all of the guild-wide, week-long events. However, we have not had a buff to the weekend versions of them. So yeah, this is all still the same loot, which isn't horrible, but, compared to the curve of where the loot is now for some of those other modes, a bit less comparatively. Not even a single major orb, just a bunch of small orbs, 4 of them, and 2 vault keys, and a few other things like a title, little portrait thingy and all that. But yeah, the new troop, pretty bad, unfortunately. Weapon's not new because it's always just one for a faction. But new troop doesn't really do anything. Gives some life to the first 2 allies. These the last 2 enemies. If you happen to not pick it up, you won't be able to get it for about 6 weeks within the shard drop table. So don't try opening it into shards. It is not available. You can only get it through the gems, or you can wait until about 6-ish weeks from now, which means basically sometime October, probably mid-October. They tend to do it at a very weird date, but by the time that it rolls back around again in October, it should be in drop table by that time. Like, for example, the previous one is now available now that this one is out. Anyways, aside from that, we'll just be poking at all the standard ones that we still have going on. Festival of Feathers, still trying to get the Power Orb. Journey event, still trying to get the last little bit of points, which we might actually be one of the last people to claim in. Nice. Get our little Orb of Minions and Dragonite there, and get our Shiny Keys. I still haven't covered the video yet. However, at this point, I kind of want to wait until we have these 4 Shiny Keys, just in case we somehow fail. So hopefully our guild will get in a few more points there, so we can go do that. But yeah, we'll go do our battles. They'll do like, what, almost 1,000 or however much that contributes. And yeah, we'll be good to go. I think that should bring us to at least 12,000 there. And yeah, hopefully by the time we do the video, we will have all the keys, just in case we get super bad RNG. Because you know it's going to happen. So I kind of want those 4 just for a buffer. So when we cover the video, we're guaranteed going to get it. It's very unlikely we wouldn't. I think for how many keys we're going to open, we're going to have on average 9 to 10 tokens of the one we're looking for. You know, you can get very unlucky and somehow we'll get 4, so just to have that extra buffer of 4, just to make sure we get it. But anyways, aside from that, yeah, I guess we'll mostly be doing the faction today, aside from clearing out all the other modes. As far as team, you know what we're running. Is even in question. We can run Guard's Avatar, running Guard's Avatar. Gotta love the thing. It's pretty much his only purpose, but gosh, do I overuse it for that purpose. Taking out Delves. I do want pure armor for this, of course, for his extra damage. Similar to how you would do it with Tesla, just use it a bit differently. But yeah, let's go into the Delve. Copy paste our team in there. And should be good to go. Don't think we need to change anything else. Anyways, hello everyone, and happy weekend! Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope all you guys been doing well. Let me start all the way from the top. Hello, Bill! Hello, Lester! Hello, Yeah! Hello, Cookie! Hello, Logic Slayer! Hello, Easy Breezy! Hello, Isabel! Hello, Supernova! Hello, everyone else! Welcome, welcome, welcome. Nice fresh start to a weekend. Nice fresh water to keep hydrated. Summer's still been summering, very hot out. That good old refreshing water. We're almost in September. What do we need here? Also, I can't stop getting not bombarded by a bunch of back-to-school ads everywhere. I guess that's technically always the case this time of year, but gosh. They seem to be, like, absolutely everywhere this time of year. More so than normal. It's like a national holiday or something coming up with, like, how much ads are just everywhere for it. That's something I do miss doing, just, like, buying a bunch of random school supplies, like, right before school year starts. I would get like a little bit of everything. You would get the nice little pencils, nice little notepads to write everything, and a billion sheets of paper. Those little binders so you can stay organized, because gosh, was it annoying getting unorganized in a given class. I'll throw that one down. So I remember in college, it was really funny. I ended up meeting some random girl. We were both like trying to find something for one of the classes we needed. And we just like, we didn't know that we would like be in the same class later on. Like we were both literally just like able to find in like a Walmart, like some kind of binder thing we needed. And then we found it together. And then it found out like literally the next day or a few days later. It's like, oh, we're in the same college class together. Which is pretty convenient. They made the expanded journey a little easier. They adjusted the threshold points needed by 20% or so. Oh wait, I haven't even noticed, did they? It was like 50,000 and 40,000 earlier. What is it now? I wasn't even paying attention to that. Wait, hold up. Journey. Oh yeah, they did. Because that's only 30,000. Oh, yeah. Because it was like 50 and 40,000s. Now, I'm not sure what the other ones were, but now this one is 30,000. Wait, did they give us back the points for these other tiers, though? I sure hope so. But, yeah, I can see it on this one. This one was 40,000 before, now it's 30,000. So, yeah, they reduced it by quite a bit, then. Did they make a forum post on that? I haven't checked the forum, honestly, all week. Which reminds me, you know what you should be posting on the forum soon? If they're going to start doing that every month now. They did it for last month, or, you know, this month currently. And I assume they're going to do it for every month now. They haven't posted the calendar yet for the month, have they? Ooh. I need to go check that out to see if they post it this weekend. Because they might. Because next week is the start of September. They might wait because I think the other chart did show it till the 3rd. So maybe they'll wait till next week's weekend. Which would make sense because it's also a Vault weekend. But, I don't know. They might post it this weekend. If they haven't already. So thank you, Chad, for the continued support. Greatly appreciated. Helps out a ton. Hey, let me go check that real quick, actually, now that I think about it. How do we get to browser? Browser. I'm still not used to this new Steam format. It's really weird. But it is pretty nice. Okay, what am I looking for? I'm just looking for some good old Gems of War. And if we do this, have they posted? No, they have not. Unfortunate. What I was looking for is under latest news. Seeing if they posted the September calendar yet. But no, none of this is September calendar. So hopefully next weekend or later this weekend. It could still be later this weekend. It's still pretty early. It's literally Friday right now. So they'll probably get around to that later. Interesting. Where is it mentioned on the forum then? Also, the forum's always so broken on this page for some reason. The Steam version of our browser does not like this page. Official news should be this one. Faction expansion. Amanithrax. No, that's something else. Where did they post it? Faction expansion. I'm not seeing it under official news. In all fairness, the page is broken beyond belief, but official news category. Faction expands Amanithrax. Did they not make a post about it? Did they just change it without mentioning anything? So I'm not seeing it anyways. Unless they mention a different thread, like the weekly thread or something. Well, that makes that a little bit easier, if nothing else. I feel like the scoring was already pretty lenient, though. At least based on how much people tend to do for journeys. I guess if you have no one in your guild going for a leaderboard, it might be a little bit harder. But more often than not, you do tend to have at least, like, one person doing it. Oh, yeah, here's the new layout. I haven't really made much mention of this yet, but, yeah, I'm not as big a fan of it. Like, it's not a horrible layout. It's just the other one was so straightforward. Now you actually have to think with this one. Though you do get the benefit of getting some treasure rooms. I believe the side rooms on this second area are treasure room. So treasure room, and let me guess, treasure room? Yeah, okay, so all three of those are guaranteed treasure room. These are unaffected. So yeah, the pathing is what I said in the video. You go down straight path, you then take the little circle there, and then you do the treasure rooms. The other one, you took the little circle here and then did everything else. But for this one, you take the middle path, take the little starting circle, and then do the treasure rooms. Which is still a pretty straightforward order, but it makes you go all over the place rather than a very straight line. Compared to before. It's still pretty much the same layout, though, just you have to play around the treasure rooms compared to before. The other big difference is that there's high-tier rooms on this primary path, which is why you want to go down it first. Whereas in the other one, the high-tier rooms are on the side, not down the middle. as far as getting all your multiplier early. Yep, we already got the guard up. It's pretty similar, but not quite the same. And you do get 3 treasure rooms instead of 0 guaranteed from the other one. So that's quite a bit of a buff. Because I'm pretty sure the original one had literally 0 treasure rooms. It was kind of weird, because at that time, they were adding treasure rooms to them, but for some reason, Amanithrax just didn't really get any. But the Deep Delve variant has 3, so that kind of makes up for it slightly. Not as many as some, but way more than what it had originally, I guess. Hello, Cookie. Hello, Draco. Even though that's hello, too. Welcome, welcome. Hello, Logic Cell. Oh, so that's still one thing that always throws me off. Why on earth does the Treasure Room of Glory not give you excess gold? For whatever reason, every treasure room in existence gives you 800 plus gold, except the Glory Room, and it always makes it so confusing to describe. Because it's like one singular outlier out of every single one of them. Also, hello, George! Welcome, welcome. Hope you guys have been having a wonderful start to your weekends. And I actually have some weekend plans. We're gonna go finish Mega Man Battle Network this weekend. I've been putting it off, and I think this weekend's the weekend we finally finish it. Probably start around noon both days. Though if it seems like we're still a little ways away, we might start a little bit earlier on Sunday, we'll see. I'm probably just going to start on noon both days, and see if that's enough to finish out the game. I honestly have no clue how close we are to the end. For all I know, we can end next stream. For all I know, 2 more streams is not enough to finish. I have not the slightest clue how much more game is in that game. But we'll move forward on it. And honestly, that'll probably be the last midday game we do until DLC of Pokemon, I want to say. Most likely. Because that's coming out early next month. I actually forget the date. Is Tyrion here? He probably knows the date. Actually, Isabel, you might know the date too. I actually completely forgot. I haven't even bought the DLC yet. I need to. They've had it on sale for like 4 months now. And by on sale, I mean, you know, you can buy it. Not on sale as in lower price. I wish. I think I actually have to buy it twice too, because I think you need an individual one for both versions, which was something really dumb that they did with Sword and Shield initially. And I think they're just doing it with every game because they're money hungry. Where if you want the DLC for both versions, you have to buy it twice, even on the same console. It makes no sense. You basically have to buy like a AAA price game just for the DLC. Because it's like 30 bucks and you have to buy it 2 times over. Okay, September 13th. Yeah, I don't think that's going to be enough time to do an entire new game in between that time. We can always revisit one game that we played in the past, though. Oh no, if we were to revisit any game we've already played, which one would it be? We never did get every ending in Silk Song. I mean, not Silk Song, what's it called? Gosh, what is that game called? Not Silk Song. The one that came before. Hollow Knight, there we go. Yeah, Hollow Knight was pretty good. I still have not looked up any spoilers on any of the endings yet. So I'm still completely blind on every other ending we haven't gotten. The only problem with that is I have no clue what we need to do. I'm actually so blind to the other endings, I'm actually not sure what we even need to do to get the other endings. It's the only problem right now. Because we got the ending for the extra DLC or whatever extra content they added. I didn't even realize we were doing extra content at the time. I was just doing it. And we got the main ending. That wasn't, I think, the true ending, but an ending nonetheless. But we never did do any of the number of other endings that there are. Only the extra one that they added and the default one. It's a pretty good game overall. Curious when the next game will ever come out. That game's been in development hell for, gosh, forever. They announced that like 5 years ago. And they still have not released a sequel yet, which is kind of insane. I do eventually want to finish all endings for that game before they do the sequel. But to my understanding, they still have not announced it. Which is kind of insane. Didn't they say potentially by the end of this year? Let me see something. Wait. Silk Song release date. Late 2023. Oh yeah, we do need to do that sometime soon then. Late 2023. Unless they delay it for the 1000th time, which is very likely. It is coming this holiday. Interesting. Oh, we have that. That's hello, Imperial. Welcome. That's hello, Sushi Ninja. Welcome. That's hello, Abek as well. Welcome. It says later this year, but you know they mean early next year, which means summer next year. No, maybe they'll finally get it out. I sure hope so. I'm pretty sure that game was initially announced in like 2017 or 2018 or something. It has been so long. Yeah, in the road battles, it's hard to spot an Amanithrax. Yeah, that is an issue with the new coloration that they have. I haven't noticed it too much, because I'm just used to where most everything is located for the most part. But yeah, this is definitely one of them that it looks the most often. Just because of the colors being so similar. I haven't had too much of an issue with it yet, though. But yeah, this is actually the first time we've had an Amanithrax event since the change. Oddly enough. Because they changed this, like, what, a couple months ago? Was it 7.0? I think it was the patch before 7.0. Like, 6.9, I think, is when they did this visual change. But this is the first Amanithrax faction since that change. So I did that in wrong order. I'm not sure why. I went for the treasure rooms. I was doing it in color order rather than treasure rooms last order. Which is technically rarity order, but generally you want to do the treasure rooms last for a little bit extra loot. It doesn't matter too much. Oh, and I did it wrong again. Okay, yeah, I can see it being kind of hard to see them. Never mind. I skipped another room we're supposed to already do. I think the normal format, I already know where they are, so I don't miss them. It's this other format that's making me do it incorrect order because, yeah, the trees kind of look hard to see. Or, you know, the rooms look hard to see amongst all the trees that look the same color. Alright, let's double check. Did we miss any rooms? No, we got them all. Yeah, the Roman numeral thingies made it easier to see as well. Yeah, it's like a random number of miniature microscopic stars. It must be really hard to see on mobile as well. These on PC, they're a little bit bigger, but they are still so small. At least the formation of the stars is like different, so you can kind of tell based on the formation, even if you can't see the exact number of stars on the thing. But yeah, the Roman numerals were way easier to see. They may have changed it because some people might not know what Roman numerals even are. I'm pretty sure most people know at least to, up to the X. Like, I'm pretty sure most people know that a single line is 1, a V is 5, and the X is 10. Beyond that is when people stop knowing what on earth the symbols mean. Like, I completely forget what an L is. I want to say 100 or 500 or something. But most people know what up to X at least. L is 50. I knew it was something with a 50. Yeah, it's 50, not 500. Oh yeah, people from the Super Bowl would know that, because isn't the Super Bowl at like 80 something? I knew it was 5 related. I'm just so used to normal numbers where 5 is just universal. Like 5 is for 50 and 500 and 5,000 and so forth. But in Roman numerals, that's not quite the case. Hello, Australians. Welcome, welcome. Hope all has been well. Oh, Tuesday Amanithrax was just 3 weeks ago? Oh yeah, I forgot about that, didn't we? Wait, did we have the new coloration then? Yeah, we did. Why did it not seem that noticeable? I guess because we had the same format as always, so I didn't really notice. But yeah, the new format with the coloration and everything, it definitely is a bit more annoying. I didn't really notice it for the initial format because we already know where every room is by heart. But with the new format, yeah, the coloration does make it a little bit hard with the star thingy, the way that's colored. So hello, Jason! Welcome, welcome. Hope all's been well. Finally, the weekend. What's the Roman numeral for 69? It would be LX V 1V, right? No. We need another X, sorry. No, it'd be double X and then a 1 before the X. The second X. So, wait, let me do that again. It would be LX 1X. And by 1, I mean a line. I think it would be that. Yeah, what Lester said. Oh wait, did I forget an X? No, I did the right amount of X's. You only need one X. Or sorry, you need 2 X's, not 3. What Lester said was correct. He would know what a 69 is. If I trust anyone to know what 69 is, it would be Lester. But no, he did write it correctly. Oh, you made homemade hamburgers? Nice. I did the other week. I normally make them very thin because I hate when they get like unevenly cooked. Like I like my everything like super well done. Not to the point that's literally charcoal, but you know. Like I'd rather overcook it than undercook it. And I prefer things when they're really thin if I'm gonna have any meats. Just so that they get thoroughly cooked throughout. Because I hate like a thick piece of meat and it's like good on the outside, but then in the middle it's like, eh. The thinner you make them, the better. Oh, you did it up on the grill? Nice. Actually, we grilled some when I went to see my dad the other month. I actually got an outside electric grill. I didn't even realize they had it for years, because every single time I've seen them in the last several years, it was always during the winter time. And apparently they've had that grill for like 5 years, and I just realized that this year. Because every time I've seen them in the last like several years, it was always during the winter. And this is the first time I saw them more during the summer. And yeah, apparently they've had that grill forever. Or not forever, but you know what I mean. What did we grill up? Oh, we did a lot of things. We did like kebabs with a bunch of various like fish and stuff. Obviously burgers, hot dogs, the standard stuff. I think that's about it. We did kebabs, burgers, hot dogs. It's pretty standard stuff. Well, kebab's slightly less standard, but still pretty standard. Oh no, is kebab kind of standard for a grill? It feels like it kind of is. Because what else would you do a kebab on? Like, it's not something I would normally go out of my way to make. But that does kind of seem like a grill food, because most things that go on a kebab are grilled, or can be grilled. A fat 2-inch steak for you, medium rare, nice. I haven't had steak in a very, very long time. It's not something I would ever generally prep myself. And the best steak place I know of that I've ever been to is way too expensive in this area. Plus, I'm pretty sure with inflation since then, they've raised their price even more. But there's some insane place near me called New York Prime that I assume is still open. And it's not in New York, it's here in South Carolina. However, it is so good. It's definitely priced like a place in New York, though. But, it is the best steak I've ever tasted. I've not been back there for like a decade, just because it's way too pricey. Like, for one person, you could easily spend like 60 bucks there. But it has had, still, two of the best things I've ever had. The best steak I've ever had, and the best lobster bisque I've ever had. The other few things that were there, they were good, but I wouldn't say they're the best I ever had. Like, they had a pretty good, like, baked mashed potato thing and a few other things like that. But their absolute two best were definitely their lobster bisque and obviously steak, as this the whole point is the place is, their steak place. A very, like, fine dining steak place. Also, probably the most expensive restaurant I've ever gone to, even though obviously there are places you could easily go to for more than, like, 60 to 100. But, it is the most expensive restaurant I've ever ate at. Even though there are places that go to the hundreds. I haven't ate there in like a decade, though. Not only is it far away, but it's also way too expensive. But very good nonetheless. Though steak in general is generally a pretty expensive meat. Not that expensive, but you know, compared to like the average meat. Yeah, that's something I haven't done in a very long time. Since the pandemic, something I pretty much haven't really done again is like go to a place and just eat in. I pretty much haven't done that since the pandemic because for one of the years, I was going a year without fast food. And then after that, I've just never really sat at a restaurant since the pandemic, now that I think about it. Because every time I have gone to like maybe like a smaller end restaurant since then, it was always just takeout. It was never to actually sit in. So now that I think about it, I don't think I've sit at a restaurant since the pandemic. I didn't even notice that until just now. I've still ordered food from some here and there, but never to like sit down and eat at that location. It's something I just kind of stopped doing since then. I should revisit the melting pot. It is really good. But yeah, I have not eaten there since before the pandemic. So very early 2020. And I remember it fondly, too, because they had an all-you-can-eat thing for the Super Bowl, and I thoroughly utilized it. I have not seen an email again for them doing it again, and honestly, I might be the reason why. I think it was like 20, 30 bucks, and I left eating over $100 worth of fondue. It was amazing. And right before the Super Bowl, too. Like, I literally went there around lunchtime, and there was almost no one there, too. And I did not leave until you could almost consider it dinner time. Like, I think it was like 3 or 4. I was there for like hours. I don't know, I might go back there again soon. They haven't raised their prices since the pandemic, though. Like, I could easily spend like 40, 50 bucks if I'm there. Though there is a cheat to kind of lower the price. If you only eat like a... If you only eat a cheese fondue and a chocolate fondue and you don't get like the main course, you can substantially lower the cost, but even then it's still like almost 30 bucks. If you go there just for the fondues and you don't really eat any of the meats or anything else, it brings the price down quite a bit. I also generally don't eat salads at... honestly, salad is something I almost never eat at a restaurant unless it's provided for free or in combination with the meal. Because I can never justify myself spending like 10 bucks on a salad when I can buy like 2 weeks worth of salad, if not more, for the exact same price. This doesn't make much sense to buy it. Like, that's something I never buy when I'm out. Because it's just so easy and cheap to make it yourself. That unless it comes free with a meal, I will never buy a salad at a place. Because almost all of them are like 10 bucks plus, which I never understood why they were so expensive. And still don't. They seem like drastically inflated in price relative to what you get at most places. Like, some of them are pretty good, but not worth, like, 10 to 20 bucks good. You remember the stream when I said I was going to go? Well, I never did end up going. I still have not returned. I was thinking about it, just never bothered doing it. Just didn't fit in the schedule. It's a pretty short walk, though. It's literally in walking distance, so I could just walk there, walk back. Good to go. Avocado salad. I'm not a big fan of avocados. Like, I don't hate avocados. But, I don't know, I don't really go out of my way for them. Like, if something had avocado in it, I would still eat it. But I would never actively say, like, add avocado or something. Like, if it had something in it I didn't realize, it's like, okay, I'll eat it. But, I don't know, I'm not a big fan of it. I don't hate the taste. But, don't particularly like it. Hello, Emanator! Welcome, welcome. Free salads like Olive Garden. Olive Gardens are so horrible in my area, though. Like, the only way I would go to an Olive Garden is if I was back in New Jersey. As the quality of Olive Gardens in my area right now are abysmal. Like, some of the worst food you're ever gonna have. Like, I'm pretty sure the Olive Garden near me literally has under 3 stars. That's hard to do as a main chain. You have to be really bad to be under 3 stars. I think they have like a 2.4 or something. And I haven't been to Olive Garden for a while. I think it's been at least a good 5 years. Because they don't really have anything unique enough to bother going there. Like, at least a chain similar to them, like, let's say Red Lobster. Like, I feel like they have enough of a gimmick where, you know, you would go there ever so occasionally because their gimmick is very unique. But I can't quite say the same about Olive Garden. Like, any given location generally has a lot of places that are Italian-like, that are way superior to whatever Olive Garden would have. So they don't really have enough of a gimmick to be, like a primary place that you might go to, like, ever so occasionally. You probably have a local one that is superior to whatever they're doing. Or is this not always the case for seafood places? Plus, where are you going to get those cheesy breads that, Red Lobster has? They definitely know how to make their bread. And by make, I mean heat up probably the pre-made bread that they have as a chain. But hey, it is good. Okay, we'll throw that down. You don't know how you highlighted your name? Normally if you put at Sushi Ninja, or, you know, at someone's name, it'll highlight it for that person. That or if you perfectly type into syntax, I think it works too. It'll show as highlighted for me if someone says Tassitaterra or at Tassitaterra. I think either or work. That'll show it as highlighted. No, it doesn't show it for everyone. It only shows it for you. Like, none of us see it as highlighted. It only shows up for yourself as highlighted. It's a feature on YouTube to make it so you can see when people mention you. So you have to do it, like, exactly by name for it to work. Oops, that didn't quite work. We didn't have the mana there. Yeah, that's a feature YouTube has had for at least several years now. Don't we have Chinese buffets over there? Yes, I haven't been back to any since the pandemic either. None of the Chinese buffets near me were particularly good. I wouldn't use the word bad to describe them, but I would use the word average. Like, none of the buffets that were near me were anything special. I know in New Jersey there were a few that were pretty good. Some of which closed down too, which were kind of sad. Some of it was going to since I was a kid too. I think closed down. Some of them that have been there for like 20, 30 years. But I don't know. None of the all-you-can-eat buffets near me are particularly good. The seafood ones are overpriced and pretty average. The plus sometimes they don't cook things thoroughly enough, which is also awful. The ones that are more like Asian-based, they tend to have like overly generic food, which I don't know. Maybe I'll go revisit one again, but it'll probably be nice after having not been there for so long, like the very first time. But then once you go there again, you'll be like, this isn't that good. Like, you know, it's edible, it's cooked all the way through, but I don't know. They don't have like anything particularly special enough. Though, if I'm ever in like a super cheap sushi mood, they generally have pretty okay sushi. But everything else is very average. And honestly, it doesn't even matter if they use any of the better sushi ingredients, because most of the sushi ingredients I like are just cheaper stuff anyways. Like the imitation crab, various vegetables, stuff like that. Those have been a while since I've had like really high-end sushi. Actually, the last time I did was probably like 7 years ago in Chicago. When I was with some friends. And I didn't even need to pay for it either, which is very nice. But, yeah, it was really good. But that's the last time I've had, like, proper sushi. In, like, 7 years. I think that was either 2017 or 2018. It was definitely pre-pandemic times, I know that. You don't want to know how they make it? I don't want to know. It tastes good, so I shall eat it. I've always really loved imitation crab. Like, normal crab is better. But honestly, I don't know. For the price that it is, they're pretty good. Fish and chips. I've actually haven't had fish and chips for a while. I'm trying to think. What was the last place I might have ordered fish and chips from? It's been a good while. The fish and chips are normally pretty good. You can just make it yourself at your house, though. It's not too bad. Because most places aren't making their own anyway, so if you're buying a store-bought one and just prepping that, it's almost the same thing as if you're going to go out for it. Like, some places do their own from scratch, but quite a lot of them don't. Especially some of, like, the smaller, bigger chains, or, you know. Like, a lot of them will already buy it, like, pre-made. Like, very few places will, like, bread it and everything else their own. Make sure to stock, like, freshly stocked fish from the area. I do know a fish place that does that near me, though. They're a little bit more pricier because of it. But a lot of places don't, like, get the fresh fish or bread it themselves and, you know, do the whole process for it. Just get some kind of, like, pre-bought one and just prep it from there. Which you could just do at your own house for a similar amount of effort. Oh, you know the last time I've actually bothered eating out? It was for my mom's birthday, like, last year or this year. I don't remember which year. But that's actually the last time I've bothered eating out. Actually, I think it was this year. We went to, like, Red Robin or something. It was pretty good. I can't remember if that was this year or last year. I do not recall. I think it might have been this year. So it actually wasn't too long ago. It was a couple months ago. But since then, otherwise, I haven't really ate out much. Yeah, I found a cheat code for Red Robin for the order. Because it was cheaper to order a separate burger and then get their fondue dip as an add-on than it was to buy the fondue dip burger. The fondue dip burger, for whatever reason, was almost like 20 bucks. But if you got a separate burger for like 9-ish, and then bought the fondue for 3 bucks, and then got the side individually, you saved like 7 bucks or something. Like, you save so much more compared to just getting the other thing. Plus, the burger was better as well. Like, the one that they had for the fondue thing was a pretty basic burger, whereas I ordered a separate, different burger that was way better than whatever that would have been. Did I go out to eat when I visited my dad? Kind of. I don't know. We did sit in at a couple places. But it wasn't really like a restaurant kind of place. Unless you count the sawmill. Which to a degree, I don't know if I really count that as a restaurant. Yeah, I guess some people would consider the sawmill as a restaurant. I count it as nostalgia. But yeah, I guess the sawmill would count. I'm just so used to eating like outside the sawmill, so it's kind of like different. Though we did eat in that time, so yeah, I guess that does count. So yeah, the sawmill would have counted. Every other place that we went to, we only bought it there and then ate somewhere else. Because there's a lot of nice areas to sit down in. So like like for example, one of the things we got was like a cheesesteak at some place. But instead of eating there, we went to like one of the parks. And then for another one, we went out to the ocean and then like a bunch of other things. So we never actually ate in at a place, except at the sawmill, I guess. You technically count that. So that would have been the only place we actually eat in at. Every other place, we would just order it and then go drive somewheres and then sit down and have it there. There's quite a few nice places like that. There's a lot of water. Like, everywhere I've ever lived has always been near water. That's actually somewheres I've never moved to. Is a place not, like, directly near water. I don't think I've ever lived in a spot that is more than 10 minutes away or less from water. In any way, shape, or form. Normally to a body of ocean that is the Atlantic Ocean. I just realized I'm still using this team. It is way beyond the point that we should be using this team. But it hasn't stopped working yet, so we're going to keep doing it. We're like 30 levels beyond what level we should be running this team at. But it has not stopped me from continue to keep using it. Oh, you know what I haven't had for a while that I've actually had a bit of a taste for? A gyro. Those like lamb things. I have not had one in a while. Do you know how long it has been? I think the last time I had a gyro was in Canada. I have not been to Canada for almost a decade. That's how long it has been since I've had a gyro. I think I was 17 or 18, and it was in Canada. And it was pretty good, too. There's a place that, like, only sold that and, like, a few other things. It wasn't quite a food truck, but it kind of had, like, that food truck vibe. It was, like, a very small, like, actual place. But it was set up very similar to how a food truck would be set up. Even though it was, like, isolated inside. Probably because of regulations forcing them to do so, I would assume. Not sure what they are in Canada, but I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, gyro, however you say it. You know what I mean. Yeah, it isn't always lamb. Arby's has them as well. I've not been to Arby's in a very long time. Isn't that the one that has a slogan? We have the beefs. Isn't that their slogan or something? Or am I thinking of a different place? I'm pretty sure that's Arby's. I don't think I've ate at Arby's for over a decade as well. Like, I'm pretty sure I was like 16 the last time I've ate at Arby's. I don't know, are they still any good? I recall them being pretty average last time I've ate there. Like, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't good enough that you would go out of your way to go back. But if someone brought you there, it's like, okay, yeah, I'll still eat something. Like, you wouldn't ask to go somewhere else if someone brought you there. You would just order something and, you know, you would find something there. Oh, do they have good curly fries and cheese? Interesting. That's one weird thing about my area. I'm not sure why, but in New Jersey, it is so easy to get good cheese fries. I am not sure why, but here in South Carolina, like, no place has good cheese fries. It's one of the reasons whenever, like, Taco Bell gets their nacho fries back, I'm like, oh, I need to go for those. Because there are very few places you can go to in my area to get good cheese fries. They're all pretty underwhelming. But I know in New Jersey, you can go to like any place and their fries will be insanely good. I'm not sure why that isn't the case in every area. But this area is just really hard to find good cheese fries for some reason. Maybe they're just all ordering not as good fry or something. They're not as crispy, the cheese isn't as good. Like everything about them is subpar. That's one of the major chains is a good one. Because this would be pretty similar across them. Though not always, because for whatever reason, the Taco Bell near me, the actual meat and shells that they have is so much worse. Like, the Taco Bell quality, when I had Taco Bell once when I was back in New Jersey, was like night and day compared to the ones in my area right now. I guess it could just be... You know what I think the biggest issue is in this area? It's because everyone's so underpaid. The minimum wage here is $7.25. I'm pretty sure the people at the Taco Bell I was in at New Jersey were making like 18 to 20 bucks an hour. I'm pretty sure the ones at the Taco Bell in my area make like 8 bucks, if that. So I think it's just people just not caring to some degree. Like the managers are making less, the people there are making less, like everything's making less, so everyone cares less. I have no clue what it is, but I wouldn't be surprised if that's slightly a factor. Because they're literally making like less than half what someone in New Jersey at the same Taco Bell would have been making. For pretty much the exact same work. Because I highly doubt what you need to do at one Taco Bell is that different from another. How many codes? Oh yeah, we need to go hand out 2 codes today. I haven't handed out a single one. I was going to hand it out when we ran out of sigils, but we're taking a while to run out of sigils. So here you guys go. Here's the first code. I'll have the second one later. I believe this one is the dog, and we'll hand out the cat in a little bit. There you guys go. Yeah, I've been distracting by talking about random food. Also, you can tell when I haven't eaten before stream. Can you guess what we haven't done before this stream yet? Haven't had dinner yet. Because the topic always goes to food at some point if I have not eaten yet. Are the living costs that much lower in South Carolina? Yeah, kind of, actually. Like in New Jersey, I think the average house price is like over 500K. Like I know the area I was in, that I was staying at with my dad. If you were to get a rental there, because I know because he has multiple rentals, minimum 2,000. Like you're not going to find a single rental for the most part, unless it's like some small shack for like under 2,000. In my area right now, you can still find rentals for under 1,000. Like probably down to like 800. Also, housings are quite a bit lower. Like the house I'm in right now is pretty, maybe slightly smaller, but pretty similar size to the one my dad's in right now. That house is in New Jersey is probably about 500, 600,000. Mine right here in South Carolina, we bought it for like 80, 90,000. And I think it's currently worth like 150,000. So yeah, there's a little bit of a price disparity there. A lot of cost of living still the same though. Like food pretty much costs the same and stuff like that. But clothing is actually more expensive here because it's actually taxed. Unlike in New Jersey where I believe it's not taxed. But clothing is actually taxed here. I forgot what percent, but it's taxed more than 0. I know that. Yeah, where am I going to? But yeah, cost of living is pretty similar, but you know, like taxes are way higher in New Jersey, like way higher. And trying to think what else. But it's mostly just taxes, I would say. Most other things are pretty similarly priced. But because taxes are so much higher, then properties are also higher and everything else. Hello, Tyrion. Welcome, welcome. You just got home from grocery shopping? Nice. We've been talking about food the whole time, so what did you buy? Continue the food discussion. Let's see. We'll take that one over. So hello, Ruva. Welcome, welcome. Let's see. We'll throw that down. Also, I should go retire this team. Does it even double shot still? Oh, it actually does. You know what? Maybe we still keep using it. It's still in double shot range somehow. Very surprised. As long as it is, honestly, we can kind of still keep using it. Once it stops double shotting, we definitely need to stop using it, though. And we're beyond the use dates of it. Yeah, I remember back in the day. I remember back in my day. And your guys' days, too, because most of you are older than me. Where you could buy, like, everything you needed for $100. Now, if you go to a grocery store, the first aisle might cost you $100. Food is just so much more now. Like, the price of everything's so much higher. I miss the days where you can go to a grocery store for $100 and have a full fridge. Now you'll be able to get, like, some food for $100. Definitely not a full fridge full. Unless you, like, coupon to death everything. Which is something I haven't really bothered doing, but I almost kind of do want to look into at some point. Like, sometimes I'll use coupons here and there. But I'm not the kind of person who would coupon down my costs by, like, half or something. But honestly, it wouldn't be bad to do so. You'd save a lot of money in the process. Like, when I've gone grocery shopping, I don't think I've ever couponed for more than $20 off in total across every coupon used. In one sitting, of course. Not across every single time, but, you know, in one singular time of 20-ish. Well, obviously you could fill it for $100, just not with a variety of things. Of course you could still fill a fridge with 100. Just not if you mixed it between everything. Produce alone can get up that high depending on how much you're getting at a given time. Especially if you're cooking a lot. Though normally I just get salad stuff. Because very rarely do I make anything else. Normally just salads. I never really got into, like, wanting to cook a ton. Just tend to stay to the more basic stuff. And salads is in that category. Just cut up some things, put it all together, boom, salad. Also, I'm definitely someone who smothers stuff in dressing. Like, I probably eat an unhealthy amount of dressing. Like, I don't drown it enough that you can't see the food. But I definitely use probably an above average amount of dressing whenever I have salads. But I think the trade-off is worth it. I'm eating a salad, I can use a little bit more dressing. It's not like it's something unhealthy with more of an unhealthy thing on it. It's simply something healthy with an unhealthy thing on it. Though it depends what dressing I use. If I use ranch, I use a lot of it. If I use something like Italian, I use a pretty modest amount. Like, I'll still probably use more than the average person, but definitely way less than if I used ranch. Mostly because ranch, like, clumps together in a way where you can kind of put more on it. Whereas if you put a lot of Italian on it with how, like, it's more liquid-like, you're just gonna drown the bottom of your salad. Whereas that doesn't happen with ranch. Because you more evenly distribute it with it since it has more of a thickness to it. Whereas ranch is normally more of a liquid. Not that the other one isn't a liquid, but you know, a more liquidy liquid. I'm not sure. Whatever term you would use for that. By the time you're done with a salad, it's definitely not healthy. Oh no, my average salad is just salad plus like red onion, sometimes imitation crab, ever so occasionally an egg. Like, that's about it. I don't do anything too crazy. Croutons, obviously. Dressing, obviously. But beyond that, I don't generally put too much in there. I do really like red onion, though. I like it on burgers. I like it in salads. It just has a nice little kick to it. Like, I pretty much don't even buy normal onions anymore. It's always just red onion. Very small amount of red onion. Diced up nice and fine. Though normally I keep it thicker for burgers, though. Because you need it to be more circular for the burger. Whereas obviously for a salad, you don't want it big, gigantic chunks normally. Bacon bits or whole bacon? I'm not a big bacon fan. I've actually been staying away from bacon for the most part. Like, ever since I went a year without any fast food, I kind of got out of the bacon kick. Because I feel like fast food kind of trains you to be like, hey, bacon in this, bacon in that, because it's so cheap of an ingredient. So, like, a lot of fast food places put it on everything. Because it's one of those, like, excess ingredients from pork. But, what was the tangent I'm trying to go on? Yeah, ever since I went a year without fast food, I've pretty much, like, I wouldn't say I've stopped eating bacon, but I don't really go out of my way to eat bacon of any kind. Like, I don't prep it ever for breakfast. I never really cared for bacon for breakfast. That was something I never had. Like, any of my bacon consumption was always, almost all from fast food. So when I went a year without it, it's like, oh, I guess I'll just not eat bacon anymore. Like, I'm not, like, anti-bacon. Like, I'd still eat it and something. But, yeah, I don't really eat bacon anymore. And it was never really something I made for breakfast. I always hated bacon for breakfast. It was always just too greasy, and I personally felt like it didn't synergize too well with breakfast food. There are two foods that are breakfast-related that I actually don't feel like are breakfast foods. And they are sausage and bacon. I personally feel like neither is a breakfast food. Yet they're both kind of, you know, kind of are. Oh no, I've never really considered them as breakfast foods. I'm not a big fan of either of them. For breakfast or any other time. I have to learn to make it crispy. Even when it's crispy, I'm not a big fan of it. Like, I don't hate it. I'd still eat it. But I don't know. I've never been a big bacon fan. Even when it's prepped really well. Because I've had some pretty good bacons over the years, but, I don't know. Just not a fan of it. Like, I'll eat it. But I wouldn't ever really go out of my way for it these days. Yeah, crispier does make it less greasy. And that is generally how I prefer it as well. Like, pretty much all meats. I prefer it to be, like, overly done than underdone. I'd rather it be closer to charcoal than rare. Ideally not all the way to that point, but you know what I mean. We have now ran out of sigils. And, there we go. Made it stage 12. And I'll finish the rest this weekend. Hey, oh, we got a lesser orb from that? Wow, okay. I was not expecting a random good orb. But all you have to do is get to about 230, 240 to finish it. Probably 230. This place is a pretty good multiplier layout. Well, not really good, but better than average. Anyways, let me go update the number. And let's go do every other daily, because it's been an hour, and all we have touched this entire stream is food and faction assault. So let's do every other mode that we still have going on. We still have Underspire. We still have everything. We literally have done nothing but do the faction event. Let's start doing everything else. Of course, we'll buy our 50 gems, go do our 8 battles, 6 numbers. We're still running insta-kill Hiking Iron Gut. We'll take that over, take our brown. I need red more, though, because he's our main mana accumulator. Come on, give us some red in this area. We'll go for an angry mob, get that rolling. Get an iron gut somewhere else. Can I devour you? Actually, let me get rid of the lycanthropy guy before he destroys everything. Oh, I should have taken a brown first. Ooh, this could be weird. Oh, we actually turned there, nice. I need red, though. No! Well, I don't need red anymore. Oh, whoops. Mistakes have been made. Let's go iron get something else, I guess. Let's go iron get you. You need yellow mana. Or just skulls. Honestly, at this point, what do you even do? You don't do anything. Why do you do nothing? Why does your ability literally do nothing in more words than that? I will take that for vertical red. I need you to get mana. I need green. Can we get green? Come on, green. You're not blocked on green anywhere. There, green. Come on, Catharix, just get full mana already. You're so close, you get so far. How's this so hard? Here, take yellow into surge. Oh, you didn't surge. And even if you did, you would have been 1 mana short. Come on, how hard is it to get? Mana, please, please, please. Skull, sure. 2 skulls also do it. What is it gonna be at this point? Mana or kill? Okay, there we go. Wow, what even just happened there? RNG has forsaken us. Oh, definitely not Sylvain anymore. He has entangled the first slot, and that's where Iron Gut is. It's because you don't like bacon enough. Oh no. I like bacon. It's just, I don't know. I've just been getting away from meats lately. Like I still eat meats, but definitely a lot less meats these days compared to in the past. Like I would never go full vegetarian or full vegan, but I have substantially lowered the amount of meat I eat in the last decade compared to in the past. I could never completely drop it though. That'd be impossible. But my consumption is definitely lowered on it. Netflix later tonight, the Kevin Bacon movie. You know what I saw an advertisement for, and I think someone on stream was saying it was going to be horrible. But I'm kind of curious because I haven't seen anything One Piece related in so long, so I kind of want to see how big of a dumpster fire it'll be. But I saw a random ad for Netflix's adaptation of One Piece. I assume it's coming out soon. I didn't bother looking at the date. But yeah, I saw a random ad for that today. It was like, hey, someone brought this up during the stream the other week or a couple weeks ago. I don't remember who, but someone did. Yeah, didn't they make a live action of quite a few things? Because didn't they make that really bad one Death Note live action, which I still haven't seen yet because I still haven't seen the anime, and I was going to wait till I see the anime before I do. Because I don't watch anime. But I was like, if I'm going to bother seeing this, I might as well see the whole thing first. But I've seen some One Piece back in the day. Modern One Piece, not so much. Apparently there's over 1,000 episodes, so I've apparently missed about 99%. I've seen the early days of One Piece. Way back when the episodes were still single and double-digit long. I will take that one over. Why is it we're never getting any of the mana we need? In all fairness, it's only red. So it's kind of like the whole Thrall problem. Oh, don't you fail your 71%. What are you doing? Round 2. Did you just... He did. He lycanthroped my first slot. That's unfortunate. Well, on the plus side, we're not blocked on brown anymore. On the downside, we are blocked on green. So it didn't really fix the issue. We were blocked on one color before, and now we're blocked on one color now. Also, I just realized my entire team is now Angry Mob, and I don't have any brown to go take. Wonderful. How are we almost losing these fights? These fights are so easy. Apparently not. Let's see. I'll take that over. Do you do anything? No, you do not. Alright, we're fine. We got the Angry Mob summon. Worst comes to worst, we click that button 1,000 more times and they die. The power of Angry Mob. It can pretty much never lose a fight. Just keep clicking button until enemy dead. And enemy is now dead. We'll take the guarantee hit. Oh, what is that lag? Hello? Game? Our Angry Mobs almost just crashed the game. What just happened there? That was so weird. That was so strange. It like got hung up there for a second there. Yeah, I don't have the cleanse metal set. It would probably be pretty good against lycanthropy. So we don't have to deal with it, or at least deal with it a lot less. But also deal with Sylvania more pretty well. But that also deals with Sylvania more, just simply one-shotting him. I just lost my Iron Gut. Though in all fairness, we weren't really using him to begin with, so I guess it's fine. I would love to cast before he dies. Come on, let me get the summon. Let me get the summon before we lose. How is you doing so long of a turn? There should be like nothing on the board. Oh, we're almost losing. Let's see. We'll take you out. Throw it down again. And let's match. I wasn't expecting to need to adjust this team, but we almost need to. Thought this would last the whole time, and at this point, pretty much, well, we only have 2 days left, tomorrow and Sunday. We'll be fine. Even if we lose a battle, I think we still have some leeway that it won't actually matter. I think we have like a battle or 2 of leeway. Definitely at least 1. After we finish all the dailies, we'll go hand out a code. And by all the dailies, I mean everything except for World Event and Underspire. And by World Event, I mean whatever it's called. And I do want to go do those battles because I want to cover the video, ideally tonight. Not tonight, hopefully tomorrow morning. But I wanted to cover a video on Infinite Loop, probably tomorrow morning, actually, now that I think about it. But Infinite Loop dragon teams, that new dragon. Obviously, we've already covered some stuff with him. But I want to cover him now that he's maxed, because we're going to have him maxed tomorrow during the video. It'll also be our first ever shiny key opening. I'll have some fun with that. Do a little video for it. And speaking of which, let me check Journey real quick. Oh, we got it! There's our final keys. Actually, I don't even need to go do my Journey fights. Potentially. We'll see. I'm going to go do some of the other dailies and see if my guild has finished it by then. Because there's a chance I might not even need to do any battles. Also, wow, we have 3 good adventure boards today. Look at this, 100 gems, 4 blue deeds, and a gem key. That's pretty nice. We don't even need to click on them to already know what they are. Because they're always the same thing every time based on rarity. So without even clicking on them, we already know what they are. Pretty nice. Wow, we got some really good adventure board today. One of the better ones we've seen in a while. Pretty nice indeed. Also, why on earth is this the team I'm using? This is the dungeon team. Why am I using this for this? Well, since I already have it set, let me go do dungeons. Let's see. Dungeon. That's not dungeon. Well, it is dungeon-like, but that's not the dungeon I'm looking for. Alright. We got top 3 yesterday. Can we get top 3 today? Come on. Oh, curse trap. Oh, web trap. Oh, that's even worse. It's cursed web, so everything's gonna get it. Oh, no. Well, I didn't use them earlier. Time to go use cleanse metals. There we go. I didn't bother for the other mode, but we're gonna bother for it now. And yeah, we'll still stick with this team. That's the whole reason why we even went to this mode, is because the team's already set, so might as well. Yeah, less than 1,000 miles to complete it. I'm gonna go finish it if someone in the guild hasn't by the time I get to it. Otherwise, someone in the guild will complete it. But if they haven't by the time we get there, we shall be the ones who complete the journey event. And if someone else does it for us, then that's also good, because then we don't have to do a single fight. Either way it works out. We're either going to be the one who finishes it, or someone else will within the next 10 minutes. And as match, gotta love that when Catharix can actually get his mana back. And there we go. The cost of the loan is made you cut back on meat. Yeah, price of everything has been going up. I feel like the price of things are going way quicker than inflation, or like the way, like how much money you can make relative to the rate at which the cost of living is going up for like almost everything is not the same. There's a bit of a disparity between those two numbers. Also, did you just mana drain my entire 30 mana? There's a bit of a disparity there. One more fight. And then we can clear out the really good adventure board we have today. And then we'll probably hand out a code, and then mess with the other modes for the rest of the time. Because then we'll still have Journey to go do, and we still have Underspire. Which, how much have we spent on Underspire so far? We spent 500, because I spent 150 the first 3 days, then I spent 50 yesterday. So we're at 500 spent, and I'm going to try spending 50 for the rest of the days. So we're currently at 500. And then today we'll be at 550. We'll go from there and see how many we'll be by the end. Right, battle completed. Let's go bring out a Diamantina team. Go one-shot these real quick. If I can get there, then we'll hand out a code, and then we'll clear out the last few modes. I was not expecting Underworld to take that long today, but I guess because we did every single sigil. Normally I spread it out a bit more. Though we still have more to do just over the course of the rest of the time. You know, we'll use Magnesia, why not? I feel like this is the only thing I use her for these days, so I might as well keep using her for it. This week in particular would probably still be better to use Diamantina, but oh well. I'm pretty sure this is still enough to kill a legendary fight. Phoenicia plus Lava Dragon. Like, Phoenicia probably won't one-shot, it'll still live ever so barely, but the two of them together will. I'll find out. Let's see. Can one Phoenicia kill this? I believe the answer is no. So I do want to make sure I get full mana on the other one before I cast it. Perfect. Okay, there's one kill. That's what I thought. And that's why the Lava Dragon's here. Oh, we actually lit? Oh, no. That's not good. He resummoned. Now I have to do the whole fight over again. Unless I can find blue mana. Blue mana will allow us to instantly kill him. Gosh, how hard is it to find blue? At this point, I'm just going to take Double Skull, because that's the same thing as casting Mirage Queen. Ah, there we go. We got 100 gems. Let's go get our 4 blue deets. Starting with a blue to get our blue. Kind of convenient. Okay, we'll take that down. And one shot. I'll take all that over. Get our Explosion. Phoenicia's still one-shot this range, so we'll go for it. And Phoenicia should be able to one-shot that. And even if it doesn't, we have the Lava Dragon. Wait, did we just kill it off a burn? That's kind of funny. Barely had enough. When does Pokemon DLC start? Someone on stream said the 13th. Earlier to stream. And I assume that's correct, because I honestly don't know what the date is either. But if that is correct, it's the 13th. So that's 3 weekends from now? Not this weekend, but 2 weekends from there, I believe. So yeah, it's like with 3 weeks from now or something. I believe it falls exactly on that weekend too, so we know what we're doing that weekend. Though if it's anything like the Scarlet and Violet DLC, it didn't have that much content in the first DLC. Like, you could complete it in like a couple hours. But it had like other grindy content still added to it, but not as good as the second DLC. So we'll see what the first DLC does for this one. Because I know the main content in the first one lasted like 3 to 5 hours. Unless you did some of the grindy stuff after. But the grindy stuff in the first DLC was not anywhere near as good as the second DLC, and we'll see if it's the same for this one. Because I wouldn't be surprised if they do the same thing over again. Where they keep some of the more better repeatable modes for the second one. Because they basically added a whole roguelike mode for getting shinies in the other one, which I really hope returns in the next DLC. Not the first one, because there's no way they're going to add it to that, but the second DLC, I really hope they add something like it again. Because they basically added a roguelike that pays you in shiny for playing it. Instead of any kind of universal currency in other roguelikes, where it's like, oh, you get more progress to make it easier the next run. In Scarlet and Violet, it didn't make the runs any easier, but you got shiny Pokemon for doing it, so it was kind of nice. It was probably the funnest way to ever shiny hunt that they ever made. And hopefully it returns in whatever format they do it in. Anyways, what am I doing here? Festival of Feathers we did, right? Just double checking. I think there's only 2 modes we haven't finished yet. And it is the Underspire and something else I'm forgetting. Oh yeah, Ward Event. And I keep saying Ward Event, I mean Journey Event. Did my guild finish it yet? No. Okay, let's go do 1 or 2 fights, or however many we need. So we're going to do Journey Event until we are done with Journey Event. And then, yeah, we're going to go. And by done with Journey Event, I mean full points. And either later tonight or tomorrow morning. And by that, I mean tomorrow morning because there's no way I'm doing it tonight. I might make the teams tonight, but covering the video won't be up till morning at the earliest. But we're going to cover a video on this guy. But not just this guy, but this guy with Shiny level 2. And we're going to do our first ever key opening for Shiny Keys and all that. That'll be a lot of fun. We'll do that tomorrow morning. It should be up before we do the Mega Man stream, hopefully. As we are streaming Mega Man this weekend, I want to try finishing out that game. I'm not sure if we will be able to. I'm not sure how close we are from the end. For all I know, we could be 5 hours from the end. We could be 30 hours from the end. I have no clue. We're going to try to finish it this weekend and see how far we can get. I believe when I Googled it earlier, it said the game takes about 28-ish hours. And we're only like, I want to say 12 in. So we still got a ways to go. Maybe not 12. We only did 2 streams for it, so yeah, probably around 12 actually, now that I think about it. We're like 10, 12 hours in. And Google said it was 28 hours, so we'll see if we can get it done. Because we are using the internet to quick through some of the puzzles, just in case. And that saved us like 5 hours on the 4th game. Because I think the estimate for that one was like 21 hours and took us like 16 or 17 because we cheesed a couple of the puzzles just by looking up the answer. Just because I couldn't be bothered to do the whole process. It was just a bunch of running around. It wasn't really like a puzzle. Like one of them, I think in the 4th game was like, go to these like 10 locations to get one single digit of the code. And I just looked up the whole 10-digit code. Like it wasn't interesting puzzles. It was like, go here, do thing, and then, hey, you get one number. As soon as we finish out these fights, we'll go hand out the cat code. And that'll be the final code we hand out for tonight. So hello everyone, hope you guys have been having a wonderful weekend. We have a bit more people than normal. Hope you guys are having wonderful plans for the weekend. Ours is very lazy and we're literally just playing Mega Man. It's such a nostalgic game for me though. I still have so much memories of the early Mega Man games. Great series. It's kind of sad that there isn't really... like that genre of game isn't really made. Like the closest we've had to it was One Step from Eden, which was an indie game made back in like 2020. We haven't really had many games in the style of Mega Man's play style, like the Mega Man Battle Network games. It's kind of weird because it's a pretty good indie game style for games. Yet very few indie companies have bothered making a game based around it. And ones that have been decently successful. Not like super massive hits that made like millions, but you know, successful as in profit. Let's see. You need to not die. What happened to our mana? We got a really big mana problem at some point during all this. There we go. We're gonna lose some score there, though. I don't think it's really gonna ultimately matter because I think we're done, right? Yep, there we go. It has been done. Come on, something good for the orb. Something good, something good. Oh, boo. Oh, there we go. Okay, it has been done. We now have 32 shiny keys, and I will be opening some amount of them tomorrow when we cover the video on the shiny guy. I'm going to keep opening them until he's level 2, so I need 5 drops of him. And once we get 5 drops, we can stop opening our shiny keys and keep hoarding them like we have been. But that's for tomorrow. Cover the new dragon guy, which we have already, but I want to fully cover him now that he's maxed, or, you know, basically maxed. Level 2 is essentially maxed. It goes to level 3, but it's only 1 lower mana cost. The extra effect is going to be a good majority of the max. Anyways, one last thing we got to go do before we finish. Well, 2 things. One is, here's the cat code, for any of you interested. It will give you 1 little kitty and the normal loot. The 2020 kitty. And we still have plenty more of these to hand out. We still have like 15 of both. But there you guys go. Enjoy. Okay, next order of business. Let's go spend 50 gems on Underspire, and let's go do the daily Underspire. See if we can get some better luck. So far, we've done a scouted every room, then perfect, then scouted every room, and hopefully this section is going to be perfect. So far, we're on track for perfect. We found the door, and we are about to find out right now if this is a perfect section by seeing if this is the room. This should be the room, and if it's not, then I have no clue what logic finding boss room is these days. However, this is an interesting theory if this is the boss room, because that means one-off theory might work, But it only works if the one-off is to a single route and not to a double route. When you have a single one-off, it might just always be the single route path. If this is the boss room right here. Because this was the lower number, but it was the single path. So we'll see if this is the boss room or not. Because this is one of those one-off thingies, and it was. Interesting. Okay. Because this was level 141, and this was level 140. However, this is a double path, and this is single. So, in that situation, so far what has been always correct for us is if it's double single path, the one that is one higher is correct. If one of them is a double path, and it's a double one-off, the one that is double is always wrong. We don't have enough data for that to be 100% confirmed, though. But those two combined seems to be correct now. So it's not always the one-off, but it is if it's single path. Otherwise, it's the one that is single compared to the one that isn't. But if they're both single, then it's the one that is one-off, but is higher on the double one-off. Long story short, if it is a one-off room and they are both a single path, it is the higher number. If it is a double one-off and one of them's a double path and the other one isn't, it is the one that is not a double path. That is what we currently might know, question mark? I don't know. It's what's worked so far. Until it doesn't work, I'm convinced that that might be correct. Also, catch you later, Jason. Thanks for stopping by. Also, thanks for everyone stopping by. We actually have quite a few people watching tonight. But thanks, everyone, for stopping by as usual. As well as anyone extra who are stopping by tonight. Let's see. What do we need here? We'll throw that one down. It's been a while since we had like 100+ person stream. I think the only times those happen these days is whenever there's a patch. It's the only time there's enough interest. Well, it makes sense. That's when we're doing the most exciting things. Okay, 141 and 136. Well, you know what way we're going. Also, one thing that has been 100% accurate regardless of anything is primary path from door to door is always highest level. 100%. I have not seen a single instance that says otherwise. It seems to be 100% accurate. That's actually probably the most convenient thing these days in finding the path. Is that we always know exactly where the next door is. Without even knowing where the next door is. Because it has not failed a single time, even remotely. Every other strategy, yes. That strategy, no. Has been completely infallible. Let's see. No, there's not a single game we could ever play that isn't Gems of War that would get us over 100 viewers. Unless I started covering, like, guide videos on that game or something. Like, even around the time when we were posting videos that were getting tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands for Age of Calamity, our Age of Calamity streams were still only getting, like, 20 or 30 views. Like, still less than average, like, bad day for Gems of War. Even though the videos themselves were getting, like, 10 times to, like, 100 times the traffic of any Gems of War video, the streams themselves were, like, still nothing. Which is just so weird. How YouTube works. Could just be that people just watch Twitch only for YouTube streams, but I don't know. Some people still watch a lot of YouTube for streams too. I know it's not as popular as Twitch, but still. Like, there are definitely games that are more popular to do on Twitch. Like, there's no point in playing Gems of War on Twitch because there's no population of people looking for Gems of War on Twitch. Whereas for many other games, there are a population actually actively looking for a given game. So it would make more sense. Like, even for Mega Man Battle Network, it would make more sense to stream it on Twitch than on YouTube. Though we're still going to stream it on YouTube. It's just easier to archive streams that way. The process for archiving it from Twitch to YouTube is just really annoying compared to just YouTube that does it automatically without doing anything. Just so much more convenient. Though YouTube does not like when a stream goes for more than 12 hours, unlike Twitch. But aside from that, I think archives it pretty fine. Unless they fixed that in recent years. I haven't tried doing an over 12-hour stream anytime recently. But in the past, it would start overwriting it weirdly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We get to see the boss room right here. Not boss room. I mean the whatever you'd call it, the seal door room. Let's see. Yeah, it's harder to find live streams in Twitch. I mean, on YouTube. Because YouTube primarily is based around videos and their algorithm around videos. So it's a lot harder to find live streams, even if you're actively looking for a live stream of something. YouTube just promotes the videos more than the live streams. Unless you're, like, subscribed to the person already. But otherwise, you're almost never going to find a live stream for just, like, a random person. Very rarely, unless you're already subscribed to them. But you could find it for one of their random videos, just not their streams. Okay, there's the door. Okay, we have a 166. A 136. I have to go this way. Even though we've seen a path that says otherwise when we found that room, I am just not confident that this will lead anywheres. So we're going up. We're going up. But first, before we do, let's go get some data. Let me go do a room right over here. Okay, that doesn't tell us much. I still wanted to check it first. Let's go up and head to our dead end so we can get it over with. Hopefully it'll be fine though. So currently, our pattern has been scout every room, perfect, scout every room, perfect. So we're currently on what, the 4th section or the 5th section? Because if this is the 5th section, that means we're about to scout every room on accident. Which is a bad sign. Let's hope we still get a perfect here. About to find out. When it's all the way in the corner, I check every other path that isn't it. We're getting a double branch. Interesting. Yeah, the previous section was a perfect. So we scouted everything, then a perfect, then we scouted everything, then a perfect. So we're currently on scout everything. That's a bad sign. Let's hope that's not the case. Honestly, this double path looking a little sketchy. Let's see if we can use a one-off over here. And see if we can use our one-off strategies. Because this looks like it's going to be a double straight. And if we have double one-off, I'm taking the higher number. But if we have a double path, we're going the other way. Let's see what we have here. Alright, definitely home down. Alright, what do we have here? It's this way. 176. 177. Everything we know says to go this way. Not only is it one higher, but it's also single path instead of double. So it's this way. Oh, we'll find out tomorrow, because we actually won't know unless it dead ends immediately. If this was the right or wrong way. If this was the right way, we definitely don't know till tomorrow. And even if it's the wrong way, it might not dead end immediately. But yeah, I think the one-off method still works. There's just more logic to bigger number always right, because that's not true. Bigger number not always right when the double one-off appears. It normally is. But when it leads to a double path, it isn't. Something we've learned this week. But otherwise, this path should be correct. Not only is this a single path, but it's also one up on the other one. And I'm near guaranteed this ends in a boss room. In exactly 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 more rooms. Because I'll be 5 and then 6 will be right there. So it's probably going to be right there is the boss room. Well, we'll find out tomorrow. Anyways, guys, I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. We will be back tomorrow night, same time as always, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 1 hour prior to now tomorrow. We'll be doing the same thing, handing out cat and dog code. We'll be messing with Underspire, almost completing it. finishing up the other events, because of course we have quite a few wrapping up. We'll have a video going out tomorrow, going over teams on the new red dragon guy. Even though we've kind of covered him some, I do want to do a dedicated video to opening shiny keys for him and doing him when he's level 2. So I'll have the extra gem spawn. Obviously, it's not a big difference, but he will be stronger with it compared to before. Though the premise of teams will still be exactly the same. It's not like the builds get any different. Though it does make him a little bit more viable to run with 3 dragons instead of 4. However, there's already so much good dragon synergy that doesn't benefit him much. Though it would benefit some of the other ones if they ever become shiny. Like if Chalcedony ever became shiny, running 3 constructs with 1 other brown would be pretty good. But it doesn't really benefit dragons much because there's already so many good dragons that are red that you don't really need a different red on the team. Though you still could if you want to. Like you could use a Zolgoth on the team. Just run 3 dragon with it, so that would kind of work. You could run Dragon Guard, still get triple damage birding, and run it with Zolgoth. Which now I kind of want to build a team around that, now that I say that out loud. Because that would actually be kind of fun, a triple dragon team with Zolgoth. The only problem is a lot of dragons don't synergize too well with Zolgoth. Unless we're going down like Shegra route and everything else, which we could. Kind of use the new guy like Angry Mob and do it that way. But anyways, guys, wanted to hear for now. We'll be back tomorrow, same time as always. We'll have a midday stream tomorrow and Sunday, hopefully finishing out Mega Man Battle Network 5, the second to last ever made Battle Network game. And I'm not sure when we're doing the 6th, but hopefully we can finish the 5th one this weekend or get pretty close to doing so. And that's the game plan. Anyways, guys, have a wonderful weekend. Catch you guys later. Stay safe out there. And goodbye, everyone. Thanks for watching.